experienced entrepreneur, but the experience I have is not experience of university of book. It's life and cane experiences, and those experiences have reset the brain and put me on the path of what I should be doing or how best to handle business. I'm also an IT, I'm tech savvy. I think I have about 14, 13 or 14 certifications in IT. So I try to do some coding, so that qualifies me as an IT expert, if you permit me. And I consult for businesses. You see, a lot of people, when I consult for businesses, there is no business I've consulted for that the driver of the business will first of all go, then they will come back. So, two things here. It's either you embrace the truth and put your business on the right path, or we sugarcoat it and say, oh, what are all the lies we read? When you aspire to perspire, you aspire to, yes. But in doing business in Nigeria, I'll first of all refer to this book. This is one of the best books I have. Entrepreneurship the Slot Way. And this guy didn't stop here. He says succeeding in a tough business environment. So take it from business experts or for people who have been successful in doing business. Business is tough in Nigeria. And one thing that a lot of people will tell you is if you conceive an idea, just go. Maybe in Mark, what's this Facebook guy's name? Zuckerberg, what's his complex name? In his own country, US, when they think about it, they do it. But in Nigeria, my sister and my brother, you don't just think and do. It doesn't work that way. And I put this, I've decided to use my platform to help startup business see things learn from my own experience. One of the things that affect us is these days meet us unprepared. Then, when there is stress, in addition to what is going on in your mind, then you cannot strategize. It's so difficult. That is why, when I read, a lot of people, they say, oh, Nigerians are dogged. We read a lot of quotes. If you aspire to perspire, you aspire and do this. But 83% of businesses in the first 1 year vanish rather. Why? And that is the reason when when I was able to step out of the situation, I looked at it, how can I give back? Because I won't give my money, I'm sorry. It was hard hand. But if it is this, and I want to give back, let people understand that don't just aspire to aspire. Learn the rudiment, understand how to survive. No matter the business you do, if you don't put some key things in place, the first step in doing business is not to start. You will end and come back. It is never to start. But Nigerians, when we have a beautiful idea, I am an idealistic guy. When they have the idea, they just jump. When they Barry Uno. We all know who Barry Uno, and I was going to read their profile. So sorry, I wanted that better. I didn't read it, so grammar did myself. And but Jorge Haus Consulting is an extension of Jorge Haus Consulting Limited. Jorge Haus Consulting is both an internet and information technology company, IT, and a business consulting firm. This course is about how to design a smart strategy when you're doing business. Apologies to the accountants, this is not an MBA class, so I'm going to say it wrong as it is. So don't expect the debit, credit, that's not what we're here. We are going to look at it, the figures, the way you can easily interpret it your own way, so that before you do anything, you know exactly what to do. So why is it so important for entrepreneurs to design a smart strategy before starting a business? You see, this statement is not, or it's something we hear all the time. If you fail to plan, you plan to fail. But the truth of the matter is, find a time to meditate on it. If you fail to plan, just know that you have failed. There's no interpretation about it. That is why when you are going into business, the first thing to do is not to start. The first thing is to plan. And another reason why it's so important for planning is strategic decision making. You see, strategic decision making is the process of, charting a course based on, don't worry, I'll share all the materials with you, based on a short, long-term goals and a longer-term vision. By clarifying your company's big pictures you will have the opportunity to align your shorter plans with this deeper, broader mission, giving your operations clarity and consistency. All the English, you need clarity. So that when you want to even ask for funding, you need, because no venture capitalist or no serious investor will give ease of money to an entity. You just come and say, I have an idea, then give me money. But there are ways with which you present your business, you present what you do, even friends, family will come in. But you see, one of the things we've not been able to do is why strategic planning is key. You need to be able to align, your present reality, your projection, and your faith. Some people tell me, oh, I'm hoping, I believe God. See, God does not, I'm not downplaying or, saying there's no effect of God in this whole situation. Definitely, what can we do without God? But for as many people who are, Christians, I like to draw this verse of the scripture. There's a part of the Bible that says, with wisdom is a house built. By understanding is it established. It is established. But with knowledge, filled is room with riches and wealth. That means that if I have understanding, it is not enough for me to have success in business. Because when I fill my business room with profit, then I can say I have success. But in a situation where I have only wisdom and understanding. By wisdom, I have the brain to know that it's time to start business. By understanding, I went to CAC to go and register. Then I got a bank account. That is understanding of time and season. You know what to do. But does that translate into success? No. That is when you have knowledge, adequate knowledge. When you want profit, get knowledge. Then it will allow you to have a blueprint. Like I was saying, if you wake me up, I will tell you how many loans acquisition brand is to give today. I'll tell you what is the value of fund I'm going to receive today. this. Yes. It was published on Linda Ikeji by Sujimoto. How many people know Sujimoto? Yes. You know the guy can 1 plus 1 is what? You don't know. If you know Sujimoto, you know is whatever. 1 plus 1 is 11. He'll tell you it is too late to fail. That is his slogan. 1 plus 1 is 11. It is too late to fail. So I saw something like this on Linda Ikeji. So funny. I found it so hilarious. I said I was going to share it. He said 5 lies of entrepreneurship. Said 1, entrepreneurship are born, not me. And then who born them? True. Then he said no, how many people agree? Who born the entrepreneurs? So he said no one is ever born ready. Success is never served a la carte. It is a buffet. You have to go for it. The Dangotes, the Lumelus, and the Elon Musk of this world all work their way to the top with hard work, dedication, and a never give up attitude. Then another lie is if you believe it, you can achieve it. This is the funniest of all. Aspire to aspire. Before they aspire. He said believing alone is not enough to achieve anything. Unless you won't grow old for bus stop. You have to put in the work. Believe and act on it. You have to take action. Stop aspiring to perspire. Aspire, work hard, and success will come. He said hard work is the only key to success. He said that one worker only. If not by hard work, the cat pusher should be the richest man on earth. Simply working longer hours does not necessarily mean you will be more successful. Business leaders know the value of efficiency and have figured out an optimized schedule that works for them. Smart work is the real deal. He said, another lie is good things come to those who wait. Our waiters united. It is here right. They will get to eat the leftovers of those who also, who are unreasonable, who are, I'm thinking meant to say reasonable, and who are persistent till they achieve their dream. But all you need is a good idea. That's the last one that caught my attention. And evangelistic game. An idea, excellent idea is an important first step. Like I said, I was not going to downplay that idea you have, but it's just an excellent first step. But your business will not take off as success until you have a smart strategy and mixed with passion and an attitude of never giving up. I'll tell you, I'm going to talk about passion and strategy. You see, sometimes, most of us, we miss passion. And I'll give you an example. You see, when I was doing my oil and gas business, people who are doing oil and gas, they are in Apapa field. Me, I went to take an office in Ikeja. I was busy selling oil and gas. While my driver was still busy stealing my phone, I was selling it on the computer. Oh, how many liters did you buy today? How many liters did you sell? That's what I want to do. That means that I have passion for anything that goes around the system. So I should have tailored my passion to anything around the computer because that is what I love. Although I love, I want to do Otedola, but I should have understood that before Otedola became Otedola sitting in the office and a lot of things were working for him, he had to go through those steps of not pressing computer first and being on the field. Because if I was on the field, being a lady, being a very smart one, I would have better opportunities. So things were flying me by because I was busy in my office in Ikeja pressing computer. And those things do not match. So understand that your passion must be something when you are picking, just direct your passion. Let it go the way into that business and go and look at, and don't be like an adé basket, and make sure that what you need to put in place, you are putting it in place. Adé basket is an aspiring entrepreneur. Thank God he has not even started. Who is planning to delve into the e-commerce venture? He has gathered 20 million naira startup funding from the following sources. He has saved his own 5 million naira. He got 10 million naira from family and friends. But he was given a moratorium with the following terms. You know what moratorium is? Don't pay in the first 3 months. Start paying from month 4 to month 12. And they only gave him 1 year to return 10 million naira. So to him, 1 year, before 1 year, what are we saying? I would have aspired to perspire. I would have been able to, make a lot of profit. Then is to make repayment in equal installments from month 4 to 12. He took another bank loan of 5 million naira at 2.5 interest rate on reducing balance, but tenor also is 1 year. So Ade is very passionate, he's enthusiastic, and he's very optimistic that in 1 year we would have finished selling. And that is one of the things, one of the qualities of an aspiring entrepreneur. You see that by the end of December, I would have made 500 million. Then the person you are pitching the business to, God should come to somebody like you. God, you cry and go. Because by the time I break it down to you, you either tell me, this woman is very pessimistic. I get that a lot. So if you say it, I really know time of God. They tell me I don't have faith. They tell me I don't believe. But it's not a matter of what I believe. But the figures can say it. I can say that this business you are trying to go into, there is no way you are going to come back to square one. There is no way. And meanwhile, Ade has committed to repay the business loan from friends and family. You know his friends and family gave him money. His uncle. Because after 1 year, if he cannot pay, they will call family meeting on his matter. And you want to squander the wealth that is meant for the younger ones in this family. We just wanted to help you. You are not laying good example. Because I can bet you that money will not come back. And he expects that the business should have grown to make income and generate revenue to settle the business deal within this period. So let's forecast at this business success journey in 1 year. And that's the reason. The topic for the trade is forecast your business success, right? So let's forecast and let's see if Ade is going to. So in this case, we are going to look at the startup requirements. We're going to look at the financials. We're going to look at personnel plan. And we're going to start keying these figures into what we do. Ade Basket's business plan is about to start an e-commerce business. And he got 5 million naira for personal savings, 10 million naira as a bank loan, which is going to pay for a period of 1 year. And he also got additional 5 million naira from, 5 million naira from the bank and 10 million naira from family and friends. Both loan sources have agreed that he can pay that money in 1 year. How benevolent, because you only can find family and friends who say, go and use my money for 1 year. No, they still exist for 1 year. So let's start. Startup, let's go to the tab where you have startup requirements. This is how Ade plans to spend the 20 million naira. Anyone who sees him like, oh, he has planned well, he's doing well. Professional fees, consultation, legal software, email, e-commerce training. It's going to cost him about 350,000 naira. And he has employed a developer like us and is giving us 3 million naira to go and develop an e-commerce website. Then he plans to spend 509,000 on his branding and profile. You see, why what we are doing now is important is because some people, the first thing they do is to start writing a business plan. Not that you won't write business plan. Business plan is also always number 2. Because the mistake they make when they write business plan, by the time it gets to places where they have to impute figures, they just do 2 million. You are guilty, you know the happiness, you know them. 3 million. He's going to pay 30,000 for logo and design. You see, the something he will pay for is favicon, banner, graphic content. He plans to get 20 content at 5,500 each, video content, audio content, brand profile brochure. So he's going to spend 509,000. So when you are doing, you want to start, don't just say 10,000. What is 10,000? Break it down. What is 10,000 is for? So that even when people want to ask you, okay, what do you want to do with 10 million naira? And I'm telling them, brand profile, 509,000 naira. And it comprises of this. My website development is going to cost me about 3 million. My this is going to cost me this. Already, the person who is going to give you money is already looking, oh, what I do my phone money? Because he knows what he's doing. But when you just say, and say, explain 2 million, and like I said, go cash you, come to somebody like me, I'll break it down. What do you want to do with 2 million? Let me know what you're going to do with that money. So at the end of the day, Office hosting and cloud resources is collaboration tools, Office, miscellaneous, ad campaign, so that we can, you have notes when you can go to those tools and verify. You see, let's go to startup assets. When he said on his fixed assets, that is 3,370,000 naira. Apologies to our accountant in the house. Because now they will tell me fixed assets is one of the assets of the company. Is fixed assets. That's assets. It's not going to be an MBA. Let's face reality. Then we cannot start, when we understand this nitty-gritty, we will now start doing it the way the accountants are telling us to do it. So that even when you employ an accountant, because one of the mistakes I made, not that I didn't know what to do, I employed an accounting firm who was looking into my books. So because they don't want me to sack them, when they give me reports at the end of the month, well, you didn't actually make that loss because your assets are still this. We have the traders. But when I was investing more on fixed assets and there was no money to trade, then my asset became useless. So when they were telling me all the big English, I could not put the pieces together. So this is our own MBA. Then we're going to go and meet their MBA. This MBA will tell you that your fixed asset, look at what he did. He bought generator, 220,000 naira. He bought an inverter and solar system, 900,000. He bought 2 delivery carriage, these bags. 2. He bought computer, definitely they use computer in the office. He bought printer, photocopier. So everything amounted to 3,370,000. Without wasting much of your time. At the end of the day, 20 million naira is gone. But let me now tell you, out of the 20 million naira, what will be left with at the basket? The time he's starting business. He has just what? Cash at hand, 1.5 million. And he bought stock. Maybe the items you want to be selling first, what 2.5 million naira. Am I too fast? Do we understand? Because it's a journey. I need you to understand before, so that you understand the flow. Now 20 million naira has gone. That means that at the start of the business, how much does he have to really trade with? From here, how much does he have? Yes, is how much? God bless you. But if they are asking our aspire to perspire entrepreneur, we started the business with actually 20 million. So when you are writing your business, know that it's not okay like this. Like I said, it's okay to understand position so that the strategy of your ears will open and know how to put a business plan together. When it comes to sales and marketing plan, your head can open because you will know what you are planning for. Some people just say, we'll go to social media and give me your marketing, because when you give me a plan, the first thing I want to look out for is your sales and marketing plan. Because a business without revenue, a human body without blood is what? Dead on arrival. So a business without revenue is dead. So I'm looking at your sales and your business plan, sales and marketing plan. So at the end of the day, you have fund of 20 million. 16 million has gone into what you can see, but cannot turn into profit or business, and you have 4 million naira left, your business and marketing plan is not going to be the same as somebody who has bought all these things and has 20 million naira to trade. You get the difference? Because this same person, my friend, now we are doing the same thing. And this is how, you don't know if at home, because if I'm going to start this business now, I don't need to look for any logo designer. I have them plenty. Video content audio. I'm not going to spend this money on branded profile. I'm not going to spend it. In fact, I'll go home and take a generator home, bicycle. Maybe I buy that one, but I can cry on somebody to buy one. You see, you don't know your friend who both of you have 20 million naira, but somebody is already getting help to fix all these things and has more capital than you with just 4 million naira. So now let's go to business assumption. You see, these are the items, profit margin projection. These are the items they plan to sell, and that is the profit margin. So let's do because we don't know what will sell the most. So let's do an average. What is the average? 6.4%. That means its profit margin is 6.4%. Now, let's go to forecast. It's really very simple. Don't forget, Ade has just 4 million naira. So at a profit margin of how much? Okay, can we click on total volume of sales? Total volume of sales. That total volume of sales is coming from the business assumption tab and C39. Okay. What that means is that at the beginning, Ade has 4 million naira, and let's assume that he made a profit of full profit 6.4%. He sold on his 4.2 million naira. At the end of 1 month, Ade will have that money will increase by some percentage, then he will have 4,257,000. Do you agree? Okay. When Ade was doing his personnel plan, I don't have the personnel plan here. Okay, his total salary, because he plans to employ himself as NDCU, 250,000. 2 pilots, one secretary, 1 cleaner. At the end of the day, the total salary comes to 1,375,000 per month. That is our assumption. So from the forecast table, don't forget that the only money left with Ade in month 1 is 4 million. We are assuming that he sold out on 4 million with 6.4% in profit. So Ade is going to make 4.2 million in month 1, and that will be the only cash that he will have. Then, don't forget his loan repayment. Let's go back to business assumption. And let's go to item G. This is the breakdown of how he's going to get his profit, his repayment. That means that every month he will pay on month 1 interest alone for the loan he took from bank and the loan he took from his friends. If you add it together, that is where you get the profit, the loan repayment. Then I have another tab that brings down his expense, even to the slightest item they will need in the office, like table wash, table spray. We did some permutations like that, realistically, to give you the exact figure. The truth of the matter is, after month 1, and his total expense profile is 3.1 million. You can go to expense profile and see what makes up his expense every month. Office supplies alone is 86,600. If you want to see what makes up that, and let's see if it is not not true. Let's go to business assumption. And let's see how it's going to gather 86,600. At least we have office supplies. A4 paper, cartridge, tissue paper, water for dispenser. God bless you, you have staff that can drink water like my own. It's 3 bottles per day. You're gonna 650 times 3, 1,950. 1,950 times 5, that's where I calculate it. Then that is like 10,000. 10,000 times 1, water only. It looks like small, it's 650 naira bottle water, seaway bottle water. But down the line, you realize that on water alone, 40,000 naira is one. So when I'm writing my business plan, next I will include bring your water from home. It's simple. It's part of my personnel management, which is going to go into what I do. That's just a joke. Do you understand? So as small as office supplies was 86,600. So that is the summary of the profile. No matter what, he must spend month 1. He will spend he definitely, if he's putting his goods on the road, he has to do goods in transit insurance. Do we agree? It's an e-commerce business. They pick, they deliver. So you have to secure the goods. Well, if you want to bear the risk, which is not advisable, so he has to factor in his goods in transit insurance. Then he also factored email marketing, 100,000 naira. Are these figures out of place for a business? No. Because he has figured out it will need 100,000 naira. He also figured that delivery bikes, maintenance costs for the 2 delivery bikes in a month, 20,000 naira. They're not out of place, bottom line. So, cloud resources, where you host your application, salaries, and the rest. Now, to operating expenses for your electricity, if it is, I'm very sure, how much is NEPA giving you? 3 million per month. Yes. Because if it is 15,000 per day. Yeah. Because if it's, once they know it is a business environment, the least you will pay is 40,000. In any area, the least you will ever pay. So look at the cost of gas. I'm even very nice with those figures. 40,000 naira to buy gas and electricity, diesel and that. That's not very likely. Then telephone, internet subscription, PR and logistics. If you find your business in an apartment where you have to pay service charge and other expenses, you are looking at 3.1 million naira. And is looking at paying 3.1 million naira in a month. And Ade has just 4 million naira. So at the end of the day, at the end of month 1, this business cannot go beyond. From day 1, it's not a business that can survive. Look at forecast. After that month, he was able to meet up all his expenses. The physical cash has now reduced from 4 million to 736. That is what we have after 1 month. And one thing I always advise entrepreneurs, when you are starting a business, you must have a strategy to make sure that the staff that will drive this business must be adequately paid, must be paid on time, or else problem number 2. Because when the morale is dead, who will help you put these things together? Nobody. In fact, your staff will walk past you, they tell you, I forgot to say good morning. But it's your salary will be there. That is the truth. So you have to continually put, as much you are trying to, put a business plan in place. How you are going to do that must be at the back of your mind. So let's go to business assumption. I'm going to show you this. The total transactional volume of 248 million. That means your total sales must be 200. And the formulas are there. You can just take it to tell you how. So Ade does not want to push too much. Like, okay, I know that 248 million is not something I can make in a month. But let's break it down. Can I spread this payment over, can I spread this revenue over 1 year? Let's say I'm just starting my business today. Let me do 2% of the 248 million. Then month 2, I do 3%. Because those are realistic goals that can help you. Little, so that you are not pushing yourself too hard. That can help you set the goals little by little. So in 1 year, you would have done 248 million. Then that means month 1, 3.7 million naira of sales alone is enough to cover your projection out of the 60 million naira for that month. Are you with me? Then let's look at salary. His salary is how much per month? 1,375,000. Then what is the corresponding business value you must do to be able to break even to pay salary? That is 21 million. See where Ade is going on. So when he's writing business plan, he will write it with common sense. Because he knows the total volume of transaction that he must do to even break even. That means that to pay his salary, his staff salary, to return money back to the business, because the money, part of them, even the one that belongs to him, is a loan to the business. It should come back. Because if he doesn't have that plan, that money will not come back. And family meeting will gather on your head to ask where you have put 10 million naira. A whole 10 million naira. God said it's like my mother. You are finished. So you have to now plan. So to make sales, to make 16 million naira, it needs to have volume of 248 million. You see, when God said you are doing well in business, money is flowing in, you will see your staff that will come tomorrow. Madam, please increase our salary. But you too, if you don't have a blueprint, you will think you are making money. You don't know that by the time you sell 100 million, you are nowhere. So when you are putting your sales projection in plan, you will know the volume of sales you should be gunning for. Then now look at the expense that you must make every month. Whether you like it or not, you must pay electricity bill. Or else NEPA will be your friend, they will cut you. Go and put whatever outside. Last time we visit you. We have not even put all those things in place. So at the end of the day, the total volume of business for expense alone is 27 million. So for you to be able to cover your expense, return money back to the system, 3, be able to pay salary, what is the total volume of expected business? You said 52 for month 1, 52 million. So when you are writing your business plan, it's not more, it's just, when you are writing your business plan, you are not just saying, I'll go to social media. Then when I go to social media, I'll just put it there, people will automatically start buying. You cannot, that is where you will not take this figure, 52 million month 1, start breaking it down into fractions. In 1 day, how many things can I sell? What would be the best way to sell it? Because we need a total volume of 52 million. Then your edit becomes how you are going to make sales of 52 million. So stop writing business plan and just sit down and say 30 million, 40 million. No. Because at the end of the day, you will find yourself in the middle of something you didn't plan for. You have to be able to put your strategy on paper. Channel it. I've gone through, I can say this because for me, I've done businesses before that I just hope they work out. You don't just hope they work out. How? You don't just believe. Where there's a place of God, so that when you are even, sometimes you can pray to God and you will not receive answer because you have prayed amiss. You pray wrong now. When you didn't know that you are supposed to do a sale of 52 million. 2 and stage 3 respectively. You start by charting the cost of the business. You want to know how much you have. What will be left at the end of the day? What do I need to make up my sales? What do I need to make up my profit, my expense? The money I've spent so far, what volume of business am I expected to do? Then, by the time we go to course 102, and Ade is writing a business plan, Ade will write the concept. Do you agree? Yes. Ade will not just go to his table and start saying 30 million. Then by the time he's getting to writing the plan, you will see that by the time you put bio to paper or you're typing my marketing plan, by the time you finish the first slide, you will know that I don't think this plan can sell 52 million. But if you didn't know this, you will think that that plan, marketing and strategy plan you have, was good enough. If you know, like I tell people, I always tell business owners, you have to operationalize the concept that you can never be everything to everybody. You will have your own niche, you will have your own market, you will have your own customer base. You cannot say, oh, we want to, I like dreams, we want to be the biggest, whatever, you will get there. But what have you done, step and stage by stage, to get to where you want to get to? You have to be able to put all these things, for else, at the end of the day, month 1, staff will collect salary, no operations. But if I were a basket, this is what I would do. I know that I need, okay, maybe before I suggest what do you think a basket can do? Now that we know that he has to sell 52 million rand, so let's put on and take a car. What can he do? If he wants this business to survive, what should he do? Boss, I want to tell something. I'm very good with names. One time. You're on theater.
Here.
Okay. What do you think he can do? He needs to sell 52 million rand. And he has 4 million rand. Number one, even if he's sold with his 4 million, what do you think he can do? Because 4 million naira can only yield him 267,000 naira as profit. So at the end of 1 month, he will have just 4.2 million naira. But he needs to sell 52.6 million. What can he do? Or what should he do? So that he doesn't join the statistics. Because if he does not do something, he will pass on 83% business that will fail. There's no two way about it. I'm not causing him.
So I'm thinking it's best debt.
Okay.
To increase sales.
How? We are looking for trusted methodologies now. How can they increase sales? You see, because when you are writing your plan, that you will start, nobody will force you, will think. But if you don't know this, you will just put one ticky idea somewhere. You will feel that is what will work. Do you understand? So why you want to write your plan as a basket? What are you going to do? I'm going to give you 3, but before I give you 3, I want to hear what they have. Mustafa, you want to try? What can you do? What method can you do? Can you use, rather? But there's nothing like impossible, it's also possible. You know, the first thing is that if you don't know, but now that you know that I have to sell 52 million, what are you doing? Put on thinking cap, let's do business. Maybe we are entrepreneurs aspiring to perspire. Oh yeah, let's perspire it here now. What can he do? He must do something, or else he forgets the business. Because if he puts his money there, all the money will, the generator is ready that will beat it outside. The inverter will just be taking light. There won't be anybody to use it. And by the time he wants to resell it, it will be maybe 25% of the price. So he's going to lose the money. Family will come meeting instead. Bank will start running after him with police. So what can you do? What can you reduce? What can you, even if he reduces everything, do you still think that he will still be able to survive. You can put any figure there, or you reduce it. That thing is formula, or you reduce. Let's reduce.
So I think reducing is only going to increase his profit margin, and that might not achieve it for me.
Okay. Any other person, what can you do? There's more than something. Now, the people say we are business people. What is it now? Because there's something you can do. Okay. If I were a day basket, number one thing I would do, and that is, we are already writing plan. The remaining one is packaging it. The first thing I would do as a day, I know that I have 12.5% on fashion and clothing. Margin, profit margin on fashion and clothing, right? This is what I would do. I'll go and look for fashion and clothing vendors and go and work out and make it. Do you get? Then I will channel my ads. I will start thinking on my ads on that fashion and clothing item first. And for example, let's pick one item, ladies. What is trending now? These are turban. One of those things are trending that are very cheap. Do you understand? Can I walk around buying? I might not have to buy the warehouse, but I've sought for so many vendors so that you know that when you are writing your business plan, you pause at some point and go inside the equate do what that you go and look for customers. So that when those markets come, you can start calling and say, oh, I'm sending my rider to come and pick it. Because you would have worked out an arrangement on how you are going to be. Because one thing about it is, people are ready to collaborate and do business. Like what is happening here today is a beautiful collaboration between Jorge Haus and neighboring. People are ready to collaborate. But you know where collaboration stops? The day I stop fulfilling my own end of the bargain, then collaboration. So that means that my supplier must not give me goods. I mean, my China brother, they must not give me goods, and I refuse to pay. That is the end of business. I've told you what can end it. What is forming the statistics? Number one, you need staff as drivers who will help you. So your strategies must be in place to ensure that the salaries will have to be consistent. They are not the driver of the goal. They didn't send you dream. They didn't. That is just the truth. And we will build it together. Who is your father and brother? No. That is the realistic. Like I said earlier, it's either I tell you the truth, say it as it is, or we just rub it and perspire, I will leave. But if you're going to take anything away from here, you just have to know that to build that beautiful dream you have, you need people. You need human resources. And if you cannot make sure that they get, that is why when I want to employ my organization and I send my KPI to recruitment agency, not everybody, except Jobberman and Avid and HR Index. Those are the people that can take my. Because for everything you do in my system is equivalent. You give me, I give you. I've employed people that till they resign, they never saw eye to eye. There's no reason to see. There is KPI that is set to deliver on your job roles. So you do your job, I see the results, we exchange it. So that is even a talk for another day. So number one thing you take away from this is to ensure that you have to put strategies in place to ensure that people, because the business will not make profit from day one. It will grow steadily. And you need people to drive the business for you. So you have to put strategies in place to ensure that staff salaries are paid. 1. 2, you have to collaborate. Because for any basket to succeed in this business, there is no way Ade will do this business and not stop at the first month. You will have to go and not say I will collaborate. You have to be able to outline your collaborations. Oh, I went to Kubi's store in Ekodumota. Then I told her that I'm a startup business. Sometimes I can I can market the product, sell. When I sell, I take my profit and bring to you. Believe you me, most people want to like, okay, let me test you with 200,000 naira limits, so that whenever you have customers, you take and you quickly deliver and you pay. Then I can increase it and start, increasing little by little. And trust is not earned; it's not given; it's earned. You start earning the trust little by little. So Ade needs to look for how many vendors, because the day Kubis does not have, Ade must have at least 4 vendors per item to make sure that whenever a customer, so that his money that he's using on apps is not wasted. So Ade must make sure that there are collaborations, people you can rely on, and make sure that you can get volume of 52 million naira from them. That is one thing Ade can do. Any other thing Ade can do? What else can he do? Accountant, what can he do now? Maybe you are the debit and credit. Tell us. What can he do? Or what should he do? He has to sell 52 million naira the first month. And subsequently, 62. It keeps increasing. Third month, 74. Fourth month, 75. Wow. To 132 million in 1 year. Somebody suggested, I'm not going to throw away Mustafa's whatever, because by the time you reduce the profit, that means that he's going to do the work of secretary, everything himself, and reduce, because the more he reduces his salary, then the more the volume of business he needs to do reduce too, right? That's option 2. So what's other option? There are so many things he can do, but 52 million is possible.
The gross margin of goods and everyday life is also 12.5.
Okay, sell more.
Yes, you can also collaborate more with people in that area, and then use word of mouth also to tell everybody, don't keep quiet.
So that you cannot sit in the office and be forming boss and have MD's office. Who is MD? You cannot sit down. You cannot just sit down and feel that, hey, don't worry, we are coming to you, because at the first month he knows what is pushing him. By the time you do your 2-year, 3-year projection, from your calculation, you will know the time of rest. The time of rest will be very clear by the time we get to financials. The time of rest will be very clear. But now, it cannot, because you have 52 million naira sales to make. How? When you are writing your business plan, so at the end of this class, what we are going to do, before we come back tomorrow, we are going to write a plan, a sales and marketing plan for a day. 52 million is possible. But how? We've mentioned 3. So there are multiple ways that people can do to make sure that it sells 52 million. So you are not going to start your business by just going to start. You're going to be sitting on a keg of gunpowder. It will not last, because you will not know what to put in place. You will not know how to chart the right strategy. And you can also not start by just writing a plan. You need to get these figures, you write a plan, then you can start business. Good morning once again. In doing a recap of what we learned yesterday, today we are supposed to be doing our course 102. We were able to design a startup requirement for an e-commerce business worth 20 million naira. So from there, we were able to understand that to survive, to keep the business afloat, to ensure that the business does not join statistics, Ade Basket needs to run minimum of 52 million worth of sales, or he has to get 52 million worth of sales in a month. in the first month. So he was able to design a startup requirement. He knows what it takes. He understands the figures. He now understands the numbers. Now, the step 2 is for our deep basket to design a personnel plan. I will explain why he needs to design a personnel plan. When you have a 52 million target to hit, you are not going to get more operation staff and keep them in the office while you have employed one salesperson and think you have employed a marketer. You are going to break it down further. How much sales can one person do in a month, including yourself as the MD CEO? Because you need your pedigree, you need people in your own circle of influence to be able to, you need your friends and family to be able to patronize you. Then you are breaking it down. In a situation whereby you need 5 marketers, don't go and employ one person. In a situation whereby what we deliver on that job is 2 customer service agents, don't employ 10, because at the end of the day, they have less to do and they are consuming your resources. That is why you've looked at 52 million naira. How can I achieve 52 million? Salesperson 1, 5 million. Salesperson 2, 5 million. Then back-end office, because when your customers contact you across all touch points, you must be able to segment a portion of your business and convert some. That is why even your operations and your customer service must understand and learn how to do conversion. Because some people will get in touch with them only because they just want to make inquiries. You must be able to understand that if somebody had called you, do not let, that is a contact. The person must not go. Until the contact becomes a customer, you are not allowing them to go. That is why it is so important that while you need to design your startup requirement, you need to understand what is required so that you will be able to pass it to others. Don't just expect that an employee will come to your organization and automatically understand what you're doing. They may understand, what they are supposed to do to an extent, but letting that vision and the plan sink into them starts from when you yourself can understand. That is why the first step is to design a startup requirement, which we were able to do yesterday. So while you're designing your personnel plan, you already understand that customer service, this is the volume of business you are expected to get. Because customers will call them, oh, is this Basket e-commerce? I saw your ad on social media. I want to find out if you have PlayStation 4. I've checked Jumia, they don't have at the moment. You know that customer, so while you are designing your strategy, we know that customers who reach out to us across all touch points, we have to design a strategy to convert them. Those are another customer base. So you must design personnel plan. When you know that the next thing you want to do is share 52 million naira. How with 50? Don't just say I have to do 52 million naira. Then how? How do you do 52 million? You must be able to, because like for as many who are Bible believers, the scripture says something about writing the vision down. He said write it boldly. He didn't even ask you to write it faintly. He said write it boldly on a piece of paper so that you can run with it anytime you see it. Don't have that figure in your head, please. 52 million naira. In my system, in one of the businesses I do, we need to give out, in the month of March, we must give out 69 million naira as loans. Then this is what my strategy is. I have to break it down. We give mini loans between 5 to 50,000 naira. If I have to give 5,000 naira loan, I need to give it to number 359. I hope I can get the table before I go. I have the table, I'll show you. 359 loans per day. So what is the work while you're designing that plan? Let me now tell you how personnel plan will come into this. I know that we need to give 300. If I'm giving 10,000 naira, I know that the 69.5 million naira is what I have to give in a month. Then I divide 69.5 million naira into 30 days. It comes to about 2.1 something per month, per day. Then if I need to give that out a day, if I need to give 10,000 naira loan across board, I need 200 people. So let me tell you 2 people that are going to be involved in that, in realizing my budget. Number 1 is my business and system analyst. Be monitoring the system to ensure that we hit our 259 loans of 10,000 naira in a day. If we don't meet it, contact the strategy team and rework your strategy. That we had a deficit for yesterday. How do we make it? Add it to what we have to do today. That is writing it on a piece of paper and getting results. Then we are going to be talking to customer service. Can we design a short link for customers who have made inquiries from us for loans? Can we tell them that apply for 10,000 and get immediate results? Because when they contact us, we don't just let them go like, oh, can I have your email address? Can I have your name? Then already they profile them on the system as a customer. So this customer has already made inquiries before, and our system is already, gathering information, gathering those contacts. So if we don't meet 259 loans yesterday, we can quickly look into what we have stored. What can we quickly do? Can we just send 5,000 naira because it's a risk? If they meet a so criteria, let them quickly apply for this, and the system profile them and give them the loan. You are meeting your target. When you don't break this down, then you say, oh, we are not doing well. We didn't sell today. We didn't give out loans. How many loans? How many? Sometimes you have won already. You didn't even know you have won because you have not broken these things down. A lot of people will tell you entrepreneurs don't sleep. The only reason I'm not sleeping when I'm supposed to is because I have lots to do, not because I'm worried about how things will flow. So you might have sleepless nights based on the processes you have not put in place. Don't have your numbers in your head. Have it on a paper. Because everybody in the organization runs with this. When I have not meet 259 loans per day, the HR, everybody is on their toes. Because who is supposed to get the job delivered? The person can't deliver on it. Then the HR is checking if the person is competent, or I need to get another person, a replacement, who can help get the job done. Because our KPIs are set, which is just another huge cost for another day, is because you have to, the dream and the plan of the company, we always work with a collective effort. You can never do it alone. You are saying you are the manager, without the receptionist has a stake in us getting results. That is why when you write this down, you will know the kind of person you want to employ. When they send you CV and you interview them, you say, no, this one cannot. You don't fit in. I don't know, you know Paystack. That's small but mighty organization. Paystack can conduct interview. More than 400 people will come. And they won't even take them. Is it this one? It doesn't have Paystack spirit. becomes a topic for you. Don't let us see. But KPI is there to, I'll put the KPI on the table. Can you deliver? And when you don't, we already measure how to. In fact, they are guided by what they do. They are guided by the KPI because you know what results all of us are going to achieve. That is why it must be clear. In your organization, at the end of every year, by October, November, strategy sections must involve everybody to the security man at the gate. Because if you are rude to one of our clients and they go, you might remove from. That is why strategy session must involve everybody. When you will know how to plan your personnel, this is how you come in. If we have employed a marketer who should be on a sales target of 20 million naira, first month he didn't do 1 million. Second month he didn't do up to 1 million. My HR, without being told, should know that it's time for a replacement. Because the incompetence of one might affect the overall. I'm sorry this might sound too blunt, but the truth of the matter is, you are a startup. Your bills will be paid. And if you don't, I'm very sure that by the time you design a strategy, believe you me, it might, in fact, if you're not meeting it, you will even know the reason why you have not. So it is very important that we have your personnel plan, so that anybody does not fit into the picture. You are not just employed for fun. Because it might appear to you it's just 50,000 naira salary. 50,000 naira, you are looking at it like in a month. In 1 year, that is 600,000 in 24 months. Let's call it months. 24 months is 1.2 million. No additional 1.2 million will be in your bank account if it is sitting there. So anyone who does not fit in, by the time you are saying, oh, we have to sell 52 million naira, in order not to overstretch a marketer 5 million naira, that means if I employ 3, realistically we are looking at 15 million naira. Okay, can we push some of our sales to social media? From social media, let's break it down. From Facebook, we're expecting 1 million sales. From Instagram, another 500. From YouTube, LinkedIn, 500. Okay, how much do we have? Then can we do Google Ads? Then can we do shows and exhibitions? Can we go to all the, what do they normally do? Trade fairs. Your mind will start opening because you know you have to eat 52 million naira. So that is why in your personnel plan, it must be able to capture how to deliver on 52 million naira. How does HR play a part? How does the accountant play a part? You that you work, the vendors give you their product to sell and you return money to them. If your accountant does not pay them on time and they get angry in any way, what will they do? They leave you and be like, oh, they don't have integrity, we've tested you with something little. So your accountant has a plan to pay. Which is one of the things we're going to be treating in 102 today. We're going to be listening to expert reviews and advice. I'm going to give you 10 clues on how to run and start and make your business keep flowing. So, based on that personnel plan, we are going to now, you are going to design your business financials. You see, P&L, balance sheet, cash flow is not something we can do within the confines of this class. But I can assure you that in the community, be part of it, we are going to complete our P&L because it's a long thing. It's not something we'll do in 2-3 hours and we're done with it. But if you're part of the community, you will gain that knowledge of how to do your business financials. Because when you have your financials, you can, that is when you start sharing with your staff, share with everybody. They already understand, you understand the position of the business. When they say you inflowing 50 million, 100 million, the next thing they will not ask you is salary increment. Because they understand if we have made profit or we have just broken even. When in a situation where you have just broken even, they are not asking you, oh madam, now that we see that there is a lot of money, can you increase our salary? Everybody already knows what what the bottom line is. You understand your break-even point. The only reason why you have unreasonable employees, I will tell you, there is nobody, and I repeat, I dare to hold this statement that there is nobody God has created without a sense of reasoning. But what differs is perception. You are thinking A, they are thinking B. But when everybody can see, I tell people it's not a cult that you can't see our financials. Because we run NPR, so why would you know our financials? But first, before you see our financials, we make you understand and see what the expenses are. When in a month we are spending 3 million naira, and you can see that I did not use the money to buy Brazilian here. You see that in the whole of the salary, we have 1,375,000 to pay. And we have to do 21.3 million naira worth of business to gain it. It's there. In fact, the day you pay them salary and they see that you didn't even hit your break-even point, let's make profit, they appreciate you. They know that this company has not made money, but they paid you. So it will create the commitment, the empathy, and whatever they push, they need to keep doing their jobs. Because they will see the extra mile that you are going, or that you have gone, to make sure that they are paid. So everybody in any company, you must do your finance. They must be aware of financials. It's not cultism. It's not something that people cannot see. Because at every point in time, when you do your financials, you know your P&L. They know the month you make profit. They know the month you make loss. Well, I can say maybe your balance sheet becomes a private document that few people have access to, because that is the state of the company. But your P&L statement, if we make profit or loss, they must have access. They must know the month you make profit. They must know the month you make loss. Your cash flow is something they must have access to, because it doesn't state anything. It just shows the position of cash. So when we are not, even people that are making sales, people who are the sales will not be asking you to do what you cannot do. You must first of all in your plan operationalize the concept that you can never be everything to everybody. There are some deals that will come and go. If it is not within your limits, it is not just within your limits. Then from there, the next step is that you will now use those information, your startup requirements, your business plan, to start designing your business plan. But let me tell you, there are 3 key things that must be in every business plan, and which is another thing we'll be learning in our community. You must understand your industry overview. And let me explain that. What sector of the Nigerian economy does your business belong to? Because if you don't know, when news are flying about intending regulations, about a change of or influence of market forces, you won't know. You won't know. If governments are going to regulate and say, oh, tax exemption for co-creation hubs, or what industry do you belong to? Maybe media, whatever. You don't know. And you keep charging, you send invoice to your customer and still put 7.5% VAT. Then the customer like, this one are unreasonable. Because not all customers will have the luxury to call you back and feel like, oh, so why are you charging me VAT? Especially when there are conglomerates, when there are a lot of vendors. So the truth of the matter is you must understand your industry. I will tell you that fintech belongs to other financial institutions, a subsector of the Nigerian financial institution sector. Then out of this industry, I'll give you an example. I said fintech belongs to, I run a fintech company. Fintech belongs to other financial institution subsector of the financial institution sector of the Nigerian economy. We have 4 key financial services that we can play in the market. You can play in money lending. You can play in wealth management. That means that you can take investment. Do you know that there are so many fintech companies in Nigeria that we attend meetings? At least Lagos State organizes meetings, and last year they organized a meeting. And when I was privileged to speak, they did not even know that you can do beyond money lending. They didn't know. And some of them are complaining, I'm not getting money to do business. When the policy is giving you a leverage, the policy has already said you can do investment management. That means that you can collect investment from people. And they've given us the requirements to meet. Very simple requirements, fam. They don't even know. So you must understand the business overview, the general industry overview. Understand your company overview. Then the company overview is now out of money lending, investment management, payment, agency banking. That the government, the industry is saying I can do. How many of these can my company do? When we started out in 2018, we started with money lending alone. But as of today, we've added agency banking, we've added investment management. I'm hoping before the end of 2022, I can add payments. So when customers, because the information you don't have, people will get across to you, they have it. Because you claim you are a fintech, they'll be asking you, oh, do you have a PSP? They're like, PSP? Yes, we do. Because you feel that it's fintech. But PSP means an OPay point, something like that, ATM that you can give out to merchants to be doing. Do you have that? No. And if you don't, you must be able to. And if you don't have that, you can't just tell the customer, oh, we do. Or you might even have it, you don't even know what you have. That is why your business plan will detail. If you detail your business overview, you understand how you can play. You understand how you will grow, how you will scale. That is why it surprises me. You start business today, you want to start going today. How can you born a child today and say this child start working today for you alone? How? It doesn't work. You have to know from the beginning, oh, these are all the businesses available in this industry. But my capacity will take this for now. It will not be part of your expansion plan when you are now doing your growth analysis. That in 2022 we're going to have this, in 2023 we're going to have this. By the time it's time for you to get investors, you will have a story. Because investors want to see traction. And what is the meaning of traction? Story. How did you emerge? How did you get to where you are? How did you get to where you are? What are your future plans? And that is why companies like Paystack, I'm very sure now people are dying to give them. If Paystack should declare anything today, trust me, that maybe you are looking for investor series A, anything. Even you, if they have slots for 50,000 naira and you have that money, you will run. Because what have they done? They have a story. They built it over time. In February, Paystack declared 1,440% profits to their investors. A smart investor gave them 32.5 million in 2016. Do you know how much they paid them? 5.8 billion in 2021. So if Paystack tomorrow should say we need 1 trillion, even someone will call and say, don't let them know it's me. I'll give you this money. Another person that you should always follow on that you can look up to when it comes to things like this. Stephen Akita, how many people know Stephen Akita of GTESCO? Steven, are you 35? That's the only question that Timoje to Jeremy. I want to be able to. Steven opened investment lately. Are you aware? 2 million. In fact, in days, the window of 2 million closed. In days, window of 5 million closed. The last one said the window of 10 million has closed. You can only invest from 20 million and above. But because this guy has a story, he has built it, he understands when you wake Steven Akitayo up. 8 a.m. Steven Akitayo is online. I don't know how he does it. 3 p.m. is back, 6 p.m. is back. Which is one of the truths and the 10 truths I'll be telling you today. So, while you design your business plan, when you have a business overview, a company overview, another important thing that you should have in your marketing plan or in your business plan is your marketing and sales plan. And this stems from startup requirements. You know how many things you want to sell to break even. You know how many things you should sell to, add to your profit margin and the rest. You know what to do. So it will aid your marketing plan. Other things are now competitive analysis that you start seeing in your business plan. You will know what your competitions are doing to get the result they are getting and the services you can do to be better. Which is one of the things we'll be sharing with you in the community. So that might take us another 2 weeks for us to fine tune. But thank God for the internet. We can actually collaborate and talk about how a standard business plan, so that at the end of the day, you will design your own business plan. Then you will put all these things in place, then you can bring it for expert review. So now that we've talked about all this, can we now see the reason why 83% of startups fail? Do we need to be told? It's not reasons. It's just one. That means the way out is forecast your business success. Don't join the statistics. So on that note, we move to course 1 or 2. So that when you are leaving a conglomerate, you are not carrying that mentality to start up. You have a 3-floor building, it's a legal department. When you will have legal cases, once in 3 months. Instead of you to go and partner with a law firm and say, be our legal consultant. So that when we have legal cases, we can always come to you. And you decide to have legal department, HR department. When you do start, that you want to start cracking rules. When did you start? And that is one of the reasons that will kill a lot of people. And one of the reasons that kill most entrepreneurs. You want to meet your clients. I want them to feel that I'm big. You now book a meeting in Sheraton Hotel, buffet for lunch. And that one. You must be sure before you. I'm not saying don't do those things, but you must be sure that those deals will be closed before you put them to that level. If there's something I believe in, I believe so much in care. I do not support APC party. I do support the party ideologies, but I'm a member of APC. I do not support you. And I'm not going to support him. But his campaign office in Ifakojaye, I paid for it. It's simply up here. Because I'm positioning myself for the greater good. And what did I hear? Towards his 69th birthday, a company has put together a very good source for him. They're trying to tell his story, definitely for a buyer. And they are doing an audience of 69 for 69 days to tell his biography. What I did that for, I just needed his notes. PR decision. Because sometimes you might need to just water the ground for you to walk on a cold ground. Kisoni Yoruba English. Odomi síwájú ni kò lè tẹ̀lẹ̀ tútù. So do not wear, you need to shift your mind. Once you leave that conglomerate, you are not going to become like them in a single day. It's a wrong way to think. Sack your boss. Who are you sacking? I mean your boss will sack you. Who are you sacking? Because that environment where you are. One day I asked one of the people, or one of my mentors in the community, I said, all these things that you do your employer, do they mind? This lady does not just work for, it works, there's something they now call home office. I just learned about that. The top notch, the Dangotes, the Lumelus, they now try to create an home office where they groom their children to take over what they do when they grow. By the time, they're trying to create a succession plan. But in most of this home, whatever, my friend told me that some of these students are not even interested. Some of them tell you they want to do music. Stupid things. And their fathers have built empire. But these children are not interested. So they are working on succession. So my friend works with Ike in Morgan, the former MD, or in Morgan, there was his name of assessment of correlation group. But she's all over social media pulling her stuff. So I asked her, does your employer mind? She said, Shola, the day they will mind is the day they give me job and I didn't do it. Their job is not soft. So why would they complain I can't build my side also? They are the ones that will advise us to have multiple streams of income. It's not the multiple streams of income. He said, if I fail in my duties, then they will start. So she was telling me about how her PA, they just appointed her PA, and the PA was telling her, I belong to this class or this mindset where I have to sack my boss in 3 years. She just has to sit the naive point down. You don't have to sack your boss. She said that business has not grown to a point where she will sack her boss. A job where she gets about 1.2 to 1.5 million naira a salary per month, she wants to sack her boss to go and do. She can get the 1.2, 1.5 and still do what she has to do. So those for people who find themselves in that position, but for people who are leaving a conglomerate and already established institution to start your own, you can't just be, you can dream to be like them, but don't be like them from day one. Because if you hear their story, they didn't even start like that. be able to say this is what we now want to do. And that takes me to number 6. Do not downplay mentorship. Do not downplay it. You need a mentor. There's something else they know that you don't know. It might be a piece of information. And one of the fastest ways to grow business, people just look at it that, oh, every year, grow mentor. I just made an example. I needed money, and it's a lot of money. What my mentor, one of them was able to do, and the person was going to release the money, said they need a personal guarantee of the person, if the person can guarantee it. I was shocked to my bones when she gave a check to guarantee my loan. She doesn't know my house. We belong to the community. Although we went to secondary school together, and we didn't get to connect again after 20 years. I saw a community she was building. I joined. She will call for training. I will take my team and go. Little did I know that those things were going to work for me today. Belong to, get as many. Although definitely you have to check the association you join. You don't join every association. And when it is parasitic, instead of a win-win, you know how to step back. People who will use you and dump you, you do that. We don't have to trust everybody, but at the same time, we just have to trust someone. We don't have to trust anybody, but we still have to trust someone. So we have to trust someone. You just have to give yourself to mentoring. It's important. It might be what they will offer you is support system. It might be what they will offer you is just, tagging your brand, backlinking, doing anything that could just put your brand out there. It might just be something little as an information you need. As little as PayPal. I thought I know all the systems. Just I need a PayPal information. And I couldn't get that information. It just took, I didn't even know that I could even ask them. So sometimes when you are in problems, solution is at your, it's like this, but you can't see. If you don't belong, I only saw that you can check out. They were selling a material, a resource. I just wanted, I didn't have intention of buying. I just wanted to see it. So I clicked, immediately check out PayPal. Hey, they must know something that I'm looking for. And that was how I was able to solve that customer issue. You cannot downplay it. You must give yourself to tutelage. Somebody must be able to, of course, Stephen Akita will tell you, if you want my services, you have to pay me because time is money. That is why when he organizes real estate workshop, organizes investment workshop, they are always, you will pay. You pay money. But times when you can afford those meetings, go. He brings a one-on-one. He has sent me 1, 2, 3 meetings. Even if it's that's what you need. And you will be able to, the day you need to get something done. There was a time I needed to get a brand on TechPoint. It was so easy. Because I went for a meeting, I went for a workshop organized by TechPoint. And after the meeting, I just walked to Adewale Yusuf. Hi, my name is Shola. And that's why I said, when you join your community, please do not be passive. Be active. Walk around, meet people. It might not be for immediate need. And when you get your complimentary cards, convert them to digital solution and classify them. So that even if you misplace it, you can just go back to your drive and get them. My name is Shola. your shoes. Then, and so maybe in only some months after, hi, Dewale, I just wanted to say hello. Then he pulled a stunt. He did his wedding and he said no reception. I think that thing went viral. And I called him to, you did this and it went viral, just to create that. So the day I needed to do something, how easy was it? Very easy. I just told him, oh, I need to see you about this. Just send me their Maryland address. I want to meet with him. And I get it done. So your community, your relationship as a business person is very, very important. So we're almost there. Number 7, build social proofs. It's an easy way to sell. I was amazed when G-Test came up with their G investment. What was that thing called? Investment was in 2 million, 5 million, 10 million, 20 million. In 2 days, they told us the window of 2 million naira is closed. Because what happened? Over subscription. He has been able to tell everybody that is the best investment coach in Africa. Argue with, he doesn't care. He's lauding it every time. Both your personal and your business brand. Although I'm guilty of that. I don't like my faces in the media. But I just feel that, why? What am I running for? It's just a shift that I also am making. You have to, because he used his personality fast to sell out. 2 days, 2 million investment was oversubscribed. Then they said, no, the minimum you can do is 5 million. In 1 week, 5 million is oversubscribed, you pay it. Now, the minimum you can do in the investment is 2 million. Lately, he partnered with a real estate company in Dubai. You know about them. And he was helping them sell. In days, that property sold out. Another realtor called him straight from the US because he sold out on, and he sold to Nigerians. You said? I think he went to his house and that was not flagging Nigerian food. They cooked whatever for him. So you might not be a Stephen Akitayo immediately. But Stephen Akitayo did not start today. That's what people don't know. He was building it little by little by little by little till it became what it is today. If he brings water and say buy, people now will rush to buy. While you are still there struggling with how to sell your investment, Akitayo has sold out. Build social proof. When you do something right, get customers review. Let them say something about you. It goes a long way. It creates that perception. The way that your customers will view you, that is what other people are saying. That is why worry about your reviews. Don't say to one don't do it. Worry about your reviews. What they say about you. There are some customers that will tell you, oh, I was trying to upload documents. I can't get through. And I read your review. A lot of people are saying it. He might not even bother to know that if it is that issue has been rectified because it's internet he needs to look at. It's already carrying a perception of how this business is. Your perception, people's perception, customers' perception, and view of your business is key. It's very, very key. So make sure you are, whatever you're doing, like yesterday after the event, what was the next thing we did? Please give us a review. See that it was honest. Based on what somebody will just come before they start, come to this academy and learn. When I will post the next, you will see that this room will not feel. Social proofs. You don't have to go anywhere because that is a best target. It's the best target. The time and money you will spend on your ads and target and this, your proof, you do it. Let's see that fire of just cough. And you know what I'm doing for Stephen? Why is program I will attend? If he has a book I will buy, I will let him know that I have bought. I don't just buy and not let him know that I bought. If my mentor should sell a material, me that the system analyst, he's selling a Excel spreadsheet, download, I will buy. She did a community. She said subscribe to payment. I subscribe to the highest. Because I'm watering the ground. Nothing is free. Don't think it's free. I'm giving you my money for free. Because I'm going to knock on your door one day. There was a day I went to the market and I met a very influential woman. She came quietly. In fact, the car she came in, she just came with her PA and a driver. Immediately I spotted her. I just went to her, I knelt and I called her. Then she said, how do you, I don't know you. I said, you don't. I know you. You did this and this and this. You went to this and this. I saw you with this honor of Africa. I saw you with that. So she was able to know that I really know her. I said, I admire you a lot. I love you so much. I just like you. And blah, blah, blah. Then, okay, I'm going to do something. Do you have your phone? Give me your number. She just sent a text. Thank you for meeting or something like that. Sent to my phone. So, some months later, I saw her again. Because regularly, I would have programmed you on my phone. When am I saying the next hello to you? What am I doing? I'm trying to associate socially. I'll just say, hello, ma. How you doing? You know, December, I went to give her a December gift, like amper. That amper was an amper. I just called her PA immediately. I don't have to talk to her. I spoke to her PA. I want to drop something. Can you give me an address? The person gave me the address. And I dropped it. And I told the PA, please tell her that I dropped it. To back it up, I just sent her a text. I'm not even expecting a response. About some days after, she sent me a text that I received your special gift. He said, oh, shit. That relationship, I have not utilized. I have saved. So, one day, I was just chatting with her. She said, and I've been following her businesses and what she does. And I've been seeing some customer complaints and the rest. She just said, what do you do? What do you think I can do for you? I said, no, ma'am. What can I do for you? She laughed because we were talking about big shots. I said, there must be something I can do for you. She said, what can you probably do for me? Then I told her that your social media, whoever is responding to your clients, are not doing it the right way. They are just being emotional. But who emotional help? Because those things have ways of making people see you in a different light. Can I help you in that aspect? Say, oh, you have. I said, when before you respond to your customer, where's your script? You must have scripts. Don't just allow people respond to customer from their head. You see that a bank like GTB, if you and you have electronic bank. This is the pattern. You are there, you can confirm. Even if it's an internet call, because MD, and then MD, this is Igbo, can just call any extension and just want to test. God catch you. Good afternoon. This is Vivi Insurance, corporate banking department. How may I help you? You must say it that way. Say good afternoon. You are talking to your MD. What do you want? You don't do that. So you need that was just a digression. Build social proof. There's a lady I love on Instagram. Two ladies that are doing very well on Instagram. Number one, Jaruma Empire. You might not like what she does. Do you know the last time Jaruma took it, he was looking for investment to do sex, chocolate sex, and what she doing? She was asking for 50 million. And she got it. She said she needs 500 million. 50 million 10 people. The next day, she came to show us proof how the money came into our account. See, investable funds is in the hands of the low and medium, people belong to the medium and the low class of the market, however, in small amount. But you must be able to harness these things. And for example, this year we plan to raise 1.1 billion investment fund in our organization. I broke it down. I don't even need the 1 million. I don't need 100 million from one person. 5,000 naira minimum, 100,000 naira. Buy as many units as you can afford. Some people will buy 15 units, some will even buy one. But little drops of water, what does it do to a mighty ocean? And I've set a target. I don't even need to raise 1.1 billion at once. 69.5 million. Don't mind me, I love big figures. 69.5 million January, February, March. 108 million 500 April, May, June to August. Sorry, to September to October, November and December 69.5 million. Oh yeah, it is 1 billion 107 million. So what is my headache in the month of March? 69.5. But with time, I want to be building the brand's reputation to a point where I can be a signatory type. And I said this year, I'm raising 2 billion naira. And I can close my deal in 1 month. Then I can focus on business. So social proof will go a long way. You don't know how you will need it, but you must be able to start building it little by little. Let people see you for who you are or what you want to be. So number 8, we're almost rounding up. Number 8, customer engagement. No customer, no business. Don't allow anybody to talk down on your customer. Because that was what I noticed on that lady's page. What happened? They advertised the product. And they said the product will sell for 10 pieces, 10,000 naira. But the person who posted that transaction made a mistake. She planned to write 100,000. She wrote 10,000 naira. So because of that, a lot of people rushed. This lady, on hearing the offer, left Ekiti State to Lagos the following day. Because of that offer, it was a mistake. So when the lady came, she was disappointed that that price was not what they advertised. She already had a mindset that that 100,000, I'm going to go with 100 pieces, only to anybody DM us your account number, we will ensure that such mistake will not repeat itself again. Ó ti fi owó ó fi ra yìí 10,000 naira ó fi rí àbúrò. Let the customer say your head is not correct. What is my own? Okay, where is the money? After. Know how to engage your customer. Anybody who comes across your platform, they are across any touch point. Don't let them go. When they say sales funnel, sales pipeline, they are not magic. Come to 103 and 104. I'll teach you. When somebody contacts you via mail, based on what they are looking for, your system is already telling them the next thing you'll be marketing them on. That is why, because 103 and 104 will teach you how to, concentrate all your different communication channels to a single touch point, to a single channel. That means that every day you don't have to go to Facebook to go and see who is talking to you on Facebook. You kill yourself. That is why you have to embrace technology. Because if you call us, if you WhatsApp us, if you send us a tweet or a DM on Twitter, on Instagram, on Facebook, what other ways can customers send us email? We take everything on a single channel. That way, you will not miss any contacts. Because it is not visible that today you're on Instagram, tomorrow you're checking DM on this, tomorrow you will kill yourself. That's why you streamline, operations. You have to be able to streamline them and be able to, concentrate all your communications from a customer to a single touch point, a single channel. Whether you talk to us on mail, you call us, it's the same thing. We can get a trail and we can set status. If we have completed your task, we can change it. If we need to get back to you, the system is automated that way. You must be able to. So anybody sending you on DM on Instagram, you are receiving it on your phone on one channel. So I'm not going to WhatsApp today, going to this tomorrow, going to this. No. Customer engagement must be priority. Somebody has called you last time. I want to make a query on this. You will not go. You will go where? You will not go. over 8. 156 people times 8. That means that there is no way that their customers can sell, and their own staff will sell. They will get additional sales through affiliate marketing. Because 103 and 104, come and learn it. Affiliate marketing. You must be able to put people together. They will market for a commission. It will help you to, make sales. Every basket will sell through affiliate marketing. So you must be able to design systems whereby people can refer their product, send links, and still sell. So it's very, very, very important that your customers are 100% engaged across all touch points. Customer engagement is something you cannot joke with. How customer service relates with your customers is your priority. How every staff of the organization relates with your customers are top priority. 2 days ago, I went to a supermarket. Normally, it is my duty to carry my rack and put it on the table and offload. But a lady was sitting adjacent the cashier, and she said to me, "Madam, put your stock here. If she was not there, I will carry my stock." I just felt the way she said it was rude. So I decided to stay. I didn't answer her. I wasn't rude. I wasn't talking. I didn't say anything. I wanted to see what she would do. Maybe it's sense. We tell her that, "Oh, I'm sorry. I don't mean it that way." What I mean is that normally, as a customer, when you're coming, some people will like to offload. You will find an excuse. Offload their goods themselves and do that. The next thing, she stood up and she walked away. People do not know that action is louder than words. You don't have to say it. So those kind of statements, they make you reason and think about your actions. People read more of your actions than what you say. Immediately, I just said, "Who is the manager here?" And in my area, there are 3 supermarkets. Obviously, you have reduced your rent. If you have customer engagement policy and rules, you don't flaunt it, I see no reason why no member of the staff should flaunt. Because sometimes customer engagement, the way you handle these customers are the reasons why they will come back. I tell people and I make bold to say, revenue is like blood in the system. If you are short of blood, what will you have? That you'll be looking for caskets. If you are short of customers and short of revenue, the business is dead. So the people will bring you money and they say your head is not. I say, "Yes, my head is not very much. How far with the transaction? Have you seen proceeding?" And that is why I love when I was dealing with Fuani, the Lebanese brothers. "Julia, I've been calling you. I don't like this. You just behave like a stupid man." I said, "Okay, Shola. I don't like it." "Okay, Shola. In fact, you're a very stupid man." "Okay, Shola." So when you're about to start, say, "Shola, how many invoices, how many items should I invoice?" Say, "This guy is just mad." Say, "Okay." He doesn't care. He wants the money. You make sure that anybody who gets across your touch point will be left at 103, 104. You must be able to do your conversions. How you go about your conversion? Because the customer that does not buy today, the reason why you will hold everybody customer does not mean they will make immediate sales. Because they are a potential customers. One day, when they need that thing, they will remember you. Just like the same way you investment. The reason why you set money aside is not organization. You don't just want to go there and go and take the money and buy a turban of 5,000 naira. The money is gone.